Wow, this camera is really, really unflattering. Hi, John Green. Um, Sorry, I look like really bad because I just got back from a pep rally bonfire because, yeah, whatever. But today was my first day of school. I'm going to a full-time vocational school in New Jersey for and they focus on like communications, which includes journalism, creative writing, TV, radio production, all that stuff. And I was really nervous because I'm just gonna be a freshman and I wasn't really exposed to that kind of school before. And the way it works, like they have block scheduling and I used to have a 9 period day. Stuff like that. And it's also really big and has 2 floors and I'm not used to that either. But what oh before I went into the school, I knew that my English teacher was sort of a nerd fighter because Looking for Alaska, The Fault in Our Stars, and Will Grayson were all on our additional summer reading books list. And I was really excited to talk to her about that because I reread The Fault in Our Stars like for that list and I'm probably going to be quizzed on it on Monday. And so I was excited to talk to her about that. But then when I sat with some new people that I met at lunch, I was talking to my friend Kelly, who also came from my school to go to this vocational school with me. She's a nerd fighter too, and we were just talking about The Fault in Our Stars or something. And I said the word nerd fighters. And then some girl just randomly turned around and she was like, "Oh my god, you're a nerd fighter?" And I was like, "Holy shit." I mean, sorry. "Oh my god, yeah, I'm a nerd fighter." And we were like, "Yeah, nerd fighters." And I was just so excited to meet someone that other than my friend, whose name's Kelly, that was a nerd fighter in my area. And then after that, I had English class with a teacher who I consider a nerd fighter. And majority of that class, that consists of like 20 people, had read either Looking for Alaska, The Fault in Our Stars, or Will Grayson, like for the additional summer reading. And there was like 15 books on the list. And I was really excited to voice my opinion on the first day, even though I didn't know anyone in the class, about how all the books that you've written changed my perspective on life. And a lot of people agreed with me. And it turns out that the girl that sat across from me, whom I didn't know previously, was also a nerd fighter, and we were talking about how Looking for Alaska really changed our perspective on life. And I just really wanted to thank you, in a video response rather than a comment, for all that you've done to bring this community of nerd fighters together, because it really means a lot to me, and all the people I've met in Nerdfighteria, whether it be on Tumblr, the Ning, or even in real life. They're awesome people, and I love them, and they're all around just really nice and accepting, and I love it so much, and I want to thank you and Hank and everyone involved for creating Nerdfighteria. I'm just gonna end with this, which is just a little quick story. I've been really meaning to send you in a message on Tumblr, and I don't know if I did or not, but I doubt I did. I live in New Jersey, like I just said, and there is a music festival called Bamboozle every year in May or April or whatever. And I went with my friend Kelly, who's a nerd fighter I knew from middle school. And we were at this vending booth called To Write Love on Our Arms, and that's a charity that wants to get rid of depression in people. And I like that cause. I've bought some of their bracelets and shirts and stuff, and I just went over to the booth to see what they were selling, what they were doing, and they had this wall up with a bunch of notes on it, and everyone that came up to the booth had to write one fear on a sticky note and then one goal for the future. And I turned to my friend Kelly and I was like, you know, I would write that I fear oblivion, but I'm afraid that Hazel Grace Lancaster is just gonna pop out of nowhere and tell me off. And she laughed. But then the girl working the booth was like, "Did you just say Hazel Grace Lancaster? Because I think you just said Hazel Grace Lancaster." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Holy crap, Nerdfighters!" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not the only one." And it was just such a great experience. And she told me how much that she loved Tifios, and how she got her friend who also was working the booth to read it, and he was in the middle of it. And she was like, "Don't spoil it for him. He has to learn. He has to cry with us all." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so true." But I just really wanted to thank you for all that you've done for Nerdfighteria and just for young adult literature, and your brother just for being freaking awesome. And that's basically it. So wish me luck in high school. I'm sure I'll meet a lot of more Nerdfighters, both in high school and out. Thank you so much. Bye.